say you are tuned into the Media Lounge podcast, your source for VIP interviews, entertainment, and trending news. I am your host, Celine, and today I have a very exciting guest on the line who needs no introduction. Widely known as Bote Galvez in the TV series Queen of the South, Mr. Hemky Madera. Hemky, thank you for joining the Media Lounge podcast this morning. Where are you dialing in from?
I'm dialing from Nashville. Thank you so much for having me here.
Oh, it's my pleasure. You're dialing from Nashville. Now, Hemky, before we dive in, I have to ask, how are you and your family handling the current situation with the whole coronavirus pandemic?
Well, thank God we're healthy. It's just a matter of being cooped in, but we're having a lot of fun with the kids, trying to keep positive and praying and make sure everybody's okay out there. But we're just, we're a little cocoon. A lot of baseball with the kids and a lot of, trying to make them, laugh.
Right. And trying to protect them from anything that may be happening out there. Yes. As unfortunate as that is, but like you say, let's stay faithful in prayer and let's keep hope alive that this situation will change, and it'll change fast is my hope. Hemky, while the world knows you from your roles in TV shows such as Weeds, Queen of the South, Criminal Minds, Spider-Man Homecoming, and the list goes on, I want to provide the listener some background on Hemky. And keep me honest here, Hemky, because you are going to be the best fact checker here for me.
I was born in Queens, New York, but I was raised in the Dominican Republic. It's usually the other way around. My mother went to visit her twin sister and her siblings in New York, and I was 7 months. She was 7 months pregnant. There was some complications, so they had to pull me. And then 2 months later, when she recouped, we went home. We went to the Dominican Republic, where I was until I was 10. Then we came back to the States, and on and off ever since.
Okay.
But I am
so you
considering
were
myself a Dominican.
Absolutely. So you were raised over there. In your acting career, did that begin in Dominican Republic or was that here?
No, it began over there. I began with Grandes Series Dominicanas. It was a series of miniseries called Grandes Series Dominicanas with Alfonso Rodriguez as the producer director. I started there. I did 2 miniseries there, and then I went to New York, where I did an independent film called The Bookie's Lament. And from there, I went back to the Dominican Republic, where I did a sitcom for many years. And then I came back to the States, and I've been here ever since.
And how was it making that transition from over there to over here in the industry?
Well, over there, we had a hit TV show. When I came back to the States, it was like starting from all over again. But like music, acting is an international language. I just kept doing what I knew how, just act. And then the doors start opening little by little. I'm not saying it was easy, because it wasn't. I don't think it's in this industry of ours, in the arts, it's not easy to break in. But as soon as you get there, hopefully, then it gets harder to maintain yourself in the loop. You just gotta just work hard and be, count your blessings and don't take anything for granted. That's my belief.
Yeah, absolutely. And I commend you for that. I'm a Latina myself, and when I see my people winning, I rejoice. I do. We are the minority here in the U.S., and our people face a lot of discrimination and many times are given opportunities that we are deserving of. So how does that make you feel as a Latino, having had as much success already as you have? And what would you like to see changed or improved in the industry for our people?
Oh, for the equality to become equal for sure, not just a word saying, "Oh, we're all equal." Things have changed. Things have changed for the best, not at the speed that we would hope and would like. But right now, you see Latinos on screen; they're not all gangbangers or gardeners.
Yeah.
From leading men to doctors and FBI and cops and good guys. Now we're not only the bad gang members from the 80s, and 90s.
Right.
It is changing, and the powerhouse of women in this industry, Latinas, are growing, and it's a beautiful thing. They're producing their own shows. They have their own production companies, which is amazing. And remember, you mentioned it's true. We are the biggest minority in this country. If we as Latinos unite, we are forced to reckon with.
Yep,
It
absolutely.
doesn't matter if you're Mexican, Colombian, Dominican, Peru. It doesn't matter. We're Latinos. We all speak the same language. We may have different
Yep.
accents, but we speak the same language. So what we need to do as Latinos is get together and our voices will be heard. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but we can do it. Things are changing,
Absolutely.
just slow pace.
Yes, absolutely. And I second that. Hemky, let's talk about it. Queen of the South. I had the honor of having your beautiful bride on the podcast. I believe it was last summer, as well as your co-star Yancy Arias. And I expressed to them both that although I'm really not a TV person, once in a while I'll find a show that gets me hooked to the point where like no other show matters. And Queen of the South is it for me. I love that show. The cast is amazing, amazing, super talented. And Hemky, congratulations because it has been picked up for a 5th season. That's huge.
Yes, we're very blessed. We're in the middle of filming when we had to stop because of the coronavirus. We want to keep all our crew and cast safe. And unfortunately, right now in New Orleans is getting hit hardest.
Yes. Yes.
So there's tonight we're having a Netflix viewing party for episode 1 again, to start all over again, and encourage people to get in there, watch it, and donate if they can. There's a non-profit organization in New Orleans, which is Harvest from Louisiana, South Louisiana. It's good to help the people there. Because obviously New Orleans is not just a background of Queen of the South. It has become our home for the cast and crew, and we love it there. But yeah, we're very blessed. We're so lucky that we got picked up for season 5, especially in this era. 5 seasons is a lot.
Absolutely, it is. And that speaks to the type of show that is, how engaged you keep the watchers and the viewers. If it weren't for the people and how even the cast, how great and talented they were in making this as interesting as it is, there wouldn't be a season 5. But can I ask you, can you tell me a little bit about the casting process for the show? How was that for you?
Well, for me, it was interesting because they brought me in first for the father of Teresa, a character that never made it to the show. But they brought me in, and they realized that I was too young for that role, and I wasn't right for it. And then they said, okay, Hemky, we need you to put yourself on tape for the role of Pote because the producers and the showrunners were going to go out scouting in Mexico City for the pilot. So I put myself on tape. My wife helped me put myself on tape, and I sent it in, and they cast me through that tape. I never had to go in again. I got lucky. They liked me, and then they tested me. They tested me out of the video because I was filming in Puerto Rico. The week that they were going to test, so they had to test me with a video that I sent in. And luckily, I got it.
Yeah.
And it's a life-changing.
And now, being that it's a right-hand man, and by the way, I was about to call you Pote. I've never seen any man more loyal to any woman than Pote is to Teresa. And I just have to point that out.
It's an interesting relationship because obviously, as everybody knows, it started me chasing her. I was sent to kill her. But because of a series of events, it became that I became her protector. And it's easy to do that working with Alicia. Alicia is so fun. She's so
Yes.
giving. And
Oh,
she is definitely the head of the family, and on set, she's just always happy, always so giving to every
I
person
see.
there, from crew.
That's great to hear. Now, in the show, Jose is all over the place, like you said, protecting Teresa and killing the bad guys off. Does he have a stunt double? Do you have a stunt double?
I do have the stunt double, but I think the stunt double has only been used one time
Okay.
because it was a legal issue on season one where I jump in the plane and the plane takes off with the door open. The
Hmm.
studio did not feel comfortable that I'm crazy enough to do it. And I would have done it in a heartbeat, but the studio was like, no, you're definitely not doing it. But for the
Oh.
most part, I think the stunt driver and the stunt where there's some driving sequence, like high chase
Hmm.
just for legal stuff, they use them. Otherwise, I just have them there so we can talk a lot. I like to do my stunts if possible. Because it's, the camera gets closer, it gives more of the more choices for the director.
Right.
But,
And I can imagine a great workout in as well while you're
uh,
filming. Why not,
uh,
right?
definitely.
You mentioned Alicia and how great she is on set. How close are you to the rest of the cast?
Oh, I love them all. I love them all. We're pretty tight. When we're not filming, we get together once in a while, but we always keep in touch, either by text
Mm,
or call. But
yeah.
but yeah, we're pretty, even in the people that are not in the show anymore, like
Yeah.
Veronica is not in the
Hmm.
show. Alfonso, that
Hmm.
was a great loss to the show. He's such a
Yeah. Yeah.
great guy. We
Hmm.
we we just spoke last week. It's just, him and I have become really good friends.
Yeah. Yeah. We hear the little ones in the background.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, and now, speaking of your little ones, your son, he was on the show, wasn't he?
Yes, my oldest played Chicha's son, so it was such a gift that I got to do scenes with my older son.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and the kid, it was more professional than I was on set. All the adults were looking at each other like, okay, we should like act more like professional because I'm a pranker. I'm known on
Okay.
set to pull pranks. I pull
Hmm.
pranks. I have fun, I know when to do it
Yes.
and when not to do it, who to do it or not to do it to. But I try to keep things light and fun.
Yes.
Otherwise, what's the
Absolutely.
point?
Absolutely.
So,
But yeah, a great professional, young professional in the making, huh?
yeah,
That's
definitely, yeah,
awesome.
absolutely.
Before we wrap up, Hemky, what can we expect in season 5?
A lot of more action, suspense, love
Mm.
interest. Um,
Mm.
it's going to be fun. We're stepping up
Okay.
on the storyline itself. It's going to be fun. A lot of people are going to be pleased and shocked. A lot of surprises.
I'm excited. I am so excited for that. Again, one of my favorite shows, and I think one of
I
the best
appreciate it.
shows
Thank
out
you.
there. Absolutely. You're welcome. And what is it, just so I know a little bit more about Hemky, what does Hemky like to do when he's not filming?
Family. I love spending time with the kids. I love playing golf. I'm learning how to play the piano and the guitar. I used to play piano when I was a kid, not long, but especially with this lockdown, I'm taking a lot of piano and guitar, and when I could, I love playing golf a lot.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there you have it, listeners, the real deal, Hemky Madera. Hemky, I want to thank you so much for your time today, allowing the listeners and myself to speak with you and hear what you have going on. I want to wish you the best, bunch of success, blessings to you and the family. Saludos a Desi, por favor.
Muchas gracias. Así lo haré.
De nada, de nada. Y cuídate, gracias y Dios los bendiga a todos. Until next time.
Muchas gracias.
Chao.
Be safe. Ciao.
Igualmente. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
And that's a wrap. What an honor it was to have been given the opportunity to speak with such a prominent actor. I am definitely excited to see what Queen of the South season 5 will bring, and I know that we will not be disappointed. Read more on Hemky Madera at MediaLoungeChicago.com. And if you know a fan of the show or a fan of this talented actor, be sure to share this podcast episode with them. As always, follow the Media Lounge on Instagram and Twitter at the Media Lounge _. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and everywhere where podcasts can be heard. Until next time, stay safe, stay blessed.